Hello, this is Jacqueline McDonough, and this is my video about my innovative lesson plan. The activity was an interactive reading of the wordless picture book that I created for the class to highlight the interest of the child being farm animals. The child in the activity, as an extension, would be able to label the animals and the sound to build his language and literacy skills. Specifically receptive and expressive language, but also in communication skills and the knowledge of the vocabulary during the activity. That I would also be looking at his interest in print. So from there, the specific strategies I was using during the activity was building on the child's interest, and also through language scaffolding. I was going to use the vocabulary from the wordless picture book and a simple short open-ended questions to build the child's vocabulary and language skills. This was going to give the child a strong foundation for language through the activity and experience of looking at the wordless picture book, going through it with me, and then also doing the extension of using the animals and labeling which ones he sees in the pictures. Something I learned about doing the innovative lesson plan and the creative lesson planning was that it was more than just a activity, more than just something that you do with a child. It was actually having planning and time spent thinking about what was going to happen and why you were doing it, and using the foundations and framework, and then also using the scaffolding skills that we are learning and the VPK strategies. And then also thinking about the implementation of it and making sure that you're meeting all of your guidelines for the activity and being able to use your assessment correctly and making sure that they are meeting that assessment that you're using, and making sure that when you're looking at the child doing the activity that they're meeting those objectives that you have set out. So for my objective, it was to show understanding of the name and sound or animal name of a specified animal during the story reading. So when I was recording doing the activity with the child, he was pointing at and looking at the animal and then labeling it, whether it was the name or the sound, or he would say neigh for the horse as the sound, and also he would say neigh for the horse as the animal name because that's what he knew it as. But towards the end of the activity, he was actually able to say horse for it. So it was good that he was transitioning over and scaffolding into that next level of language. Something I learned about myself, though, during the activity is that the children are going to say what they think it is. So for the farmer, I was very, not frustrated, but I was very attentive to the fact that he was saying a guy instead of the farmer. So I wanted to really work on him saying the farmer, but does it matter that he says farmer, or is he labeling the person as a guy rather than the farmer actually meeting that objective? He's still labeling it as what he thinks it is. So regardless of it being what I want it to be, maybe he thinks it's just a guy, which when I've seen him in public, because I babysit him a lot, any person that's a male is a guy to him, and he calls it a guy. So I was looking at that after, and I realized that I needed to learn that to him that was a guy rather than the farmer. And for me, as my future teaching, I want to incorporate this activity definitely into the classroom. I want to see how my other toddlers do with this activity, and see how I can scaffold linguistically for them, and also create them their own wordless picture book. I really like the concept of the wordless picture book because it's still learning print, and it's still learning language, and it's still learning those open-ended questions for them, and it's just really bringing a full circle when I pulled out the animals and I was able to have them label and match them and just see how many there were and answer the open-ended questions of who takes care of the animals, which for the little boy it said a guy, but for other children they might say the farmer, or the mama cow might take care of the baby cow. So just depending on the child and their prior knowledge and their communication skills, that's what they're going to say. I also was able to extend the activity with this child, even though I babysit him. But because I've been working with him for such a long time, I actually sent home a copy of the wordless picture book with him, and then I also sent him home with the toys that I had bought, the manipulatives of the horse and the cow and all the different farm animals, so that he can use it at home. And his mom actually texted me saying that he took them out and was able to label them and tell her about each of the animals and tell him the sound. And then I also was able to talk to her about how she was going to ask him more questions, like who takes care of the animals, and try and encourage him to say farmer, and also to encourage him to use them more as a caring way. So I was really excited that she was able to see the work that we were doing together, and that he really enjoyed his wordless picture book. So that's all on my innovative lesson plan. I hope you enjoyed it. And then I'm also going to attach a video of me doing my innovative lesson plan with my focus child. His name's Emiliano. I asked his mom if it was okay if I could share the video, but maybe it'll help somebody else, or maybe you could help me by critiquing my video and letting me know something I needed to improve in, or if there was anything you liked about it. So thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.